The Soweto Derby is upon us. Kaizer Chiefs versus Orlando Pirates in the Nedbank Cup semi-finals. It's going to be interesting. And in this video, I want us to look at two things. One with 7 subsections. So join in, let's dive in and talk about this, the biggest match in South African football. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Bilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs. I'm a Khosi Football Club. Can you see the energy? Can you see the excitement? I'm not going to be a negative Nancy and be sad about this thing because the semi-final is happening whether you like it or not. And I want to start the video by saying this. Form does not matter, Guma Derby. I will say this again in case you are not hearing me clearly. Maybe you are cooking. Form does not matter with Derby. It just doesn't. Pirates knows that as much as Chiefs knows it. Because when it comes to Derby, whether you like it or not, there's just something about it. Derby, any derby, it doesn't matter which derby it is. If it's a derby of teams that have a long history, especially if they have a long history playing against each other, it's always gonna matter. And in South African football, this is the game that always matters more than any other game. You can even have a final, but this one will just feel more important than the actual final because of how much the game means to people. Like literally in South Africa, people are divided between Chiefs and Pirates. And now in recent years, Sundowns has joined in and now they are getting fans, just like the other teams that are coming up are getting teams as well. But for the most part, in South Africa, it's just Chiefs and Pirates. And I know there are also people from the Southern African region and also some people from other parts of Africa, as I see with some of you watch these videos. By the way, if you're not from South Africa, let me know in my comments. Shout out, I'm watching from wherever you are from. So, form doesn't matter. I would just like to start by saying that. Number two, though, is that although form doesn't matter, each Chiefs must try to maximize our chances and make sure we win this game. But I will divide that into 7 subsections. The first one is that we are going to need Vele Udove to come back for Ngobo because the game is going to be too much pressure. And I think Ngobo will just crumble below pressure. And if he made another mistake against the Pirates, it's already bad enough. Some people have turned against him for what he did against the Swallows. Now it could just be worse. It could destroy his career even in the team that he goes to if he plays good derby and then he ends up making a mistake. So for his sake, I hope Udove is recovered because I feel like that thing is living in his head. Like we've discussed so many times, Uguti, one of the things that are said about Tunjabulo Ngobo is not that he makes mistakes, but it's the fact that when he does make those mistakes, then you can see what they're affecting him. And then the rest of the game, you can just see what, oh no, he's just thinking about it in his head. Oh no, I need to do something. I need to repay the mistake that I made. And it happens. It's natural. A player will be hungry to try and repay the mistake. So I really hope Udove is back because he's the one who's been consistent. He has played in both the derbies and he assisted in the last derby that we played. We got a goal because he's the one who kicked the ball and then China and Dunda ended up miscommunicating and then we got a goal. So that's good for us. I hope Udove is back because I saw him training with the guys as well. Next one is the fact that Umati will definitely play. That's number 2. Like you can say I'm not happy about Umati, this and that, but the truth is Umati will still play. So the only thing that I'm hoping for right now, as out of form as he is, Uguti, for him to just summon whatever the strength that he had in the other derby to work as hard as he has been working, because now that's what we need. Tomorrow, I don't think, not tomorrow, on Saturday, what I want from Kaizer Chiefs players is to just work hard, be disciplined enough to make sure you don't give Pirates anything to utilize against us, because Pirates are a better team than us. We know they've just won a lot of games in the league. They're just doing much better than the Chiefs. That's an honest fact, and we cannot deny that and make it seem like, oh no, but we are competing against the Pirates. We're not. We're not at the same level as the Pirates this season, unfortunately, and that's just the truth. So what would depend on is for everyone to work hard and to be defensively sound. So that's what I would be depending on Umati to do, and actually everyone else who's currently playing for Kaizer Chiefs. By the way, please make sure to like the video if you are enjoying it, and also subscribe to this channel. In this channel, we speak everything that has to do with the Kaizer Chiefs. previewing and reviewing matches, and also we have a match days watch along. So be sure to check us out on the day of the match. And I would also like to give a special shout out to today's member, and that goes to Mongs. Mongs with a, I don't know what you call the thing over your end. Anyways, yeah, Mongs, shout out to you. The special member shout out goes to you today. Next one is, I wonder if Uzwane will go back to the Cole Alexander experiment. Right? This is point C. I know Gucci someone will say, no, 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 don't be crazy. Why would you go for Cole Alexander? He played and it didn't work. But as I said, Uguti Chiefs right now, they are not in a good place defensively, especially there in the middle. And I wonder, Uguti, with Umdu not doing so well, would Chiefs be open to playing Umat as a 10 and then Ustebe and Cole alongside each other? It's a question. Because last time when Ustebe wasn't available, it was Cole, Matt, and then it was, who else was there? Cole, Matt, and then Usamgel. And it didn't work. And then the main thing was that Vele, all the players, Cole wasn't fit enough. Umati defensively, we sometimes is not as good as Ustebe. And then Usamgelo, we know what is not good defensively. So knowing Uguti Chiefs is going to need to absorb as much pressure as they possibly can, will Uzwane say, let me trust the experience of Cole and play him as a defensive midfielder? I am not saying that's going to happen. It's a question that I had when I was thinking about Uguti. How can Chiefs actually line up? So I'm leaving it out there. Umtu is not really performing that well. So naturally you would think Uguti wouldn't want that pressure to be on Umtu for this game and maybe say Matt plays a 10, Cole alongside Ustebe, what defensively sound in the middle, and we will trust Umat to press if we need to counter press quickly up front, because we know Uguti can do that. But the thing is, if you are now expecting him to be more defensive, maybe that might be more costly to you. But if you are making him play more advanced position, he can still press, he can still make sure what's in the middle were compact enough, but with an addition of a natural defensive midfielder. It's a question that I have for you, by the way, that you can answer. Do you think Uzwane should experiment with Ukol again because of his experience? Because a lot of you always talk about experience. So do you think Ukol Alexander should be played? Next one is number 4, is, should Zwane play Usekhota? I know, because we know Dolly is not available, is injured for the rest of the season. So, given Uguti, we're going to be playing against the Pirates, who are going to be leaving a lot of space behind them, which means the problem that Usekhota has been having, that we've been complaining about, Uguti is trying to beat the defender by going down the line all the time. It won't be big of a problem because there will be spaces. So it's for him to just run into that space, and knowing Uguti also works hard defensively. But then again, the question is, won't the pressure at Derby be too much for him? Because if he wasn't able to handle the pressure as Swallows, maybe might not handle the pressure as Pirates. It's another question. If he doesn't play UKG, point number 5, will he play Umashiane? Because Umashiane came on as a sub for Uhlanti in the previous derby. So Umashiane was trusted enough to be brought on for Uhlanti in the previous derby. So is it possible? Because we saw since Utoli got injured, coach has played Umashiane in that position Gatoli. But Mashiane agab kumnandi when it comes to defending. So that is why I was saying maybe Usekhota is better defensively because he works hard naturally. But Umashiane just switches off. And with derby, you go to sleep for a moment, you wake up, Ukeme to Sekone and Ochu Kamanja has already scored. And also the advantage of Ukechi over Umashiane is the pace. I know Boba Bilgut are not, and they've not given us much, but the thing is, will they not give them that? And on this question, I know someone will say, oh, but why not play Umahlatsi? To which I will respond, we saw Uguti when he played against Arrows in the game after that. Uguti fitness wasn't quite there. So I wonder, I just worry Uguti he won't be able to cope with it intensity. So I'm only mentioning the two guys because they're the ones who have actually been trusted with this type of game before. Number 6. Bonfilis, Caleb, Bimengimana. I know Ugutu Caleb, we talked about yesterday, Ugutu Chiefs are releasing him. The question that I have is, will Uzwane not say, you know what, the Pirates are so good with set pieces, but also, since we'll be sitting deep, why not just play Ukele who's going to be our chance when it comes to heading crosses and corners in the box? And I'm saying this and I'm thinking to myself, but Caleb can't even head. So what am I even saying? But I'm bringing that up here because I know, Guti, it's something that Uzwane can say, oh no, we brought on Caleb because they are an aerial threat and we're trying to be defensively sound in our own 18 area, but also to be able to hit them ngama-header if we're getting ngama-set pieces. I think this is a long shot, but this guy did come on again in the previous derby. So as much as there are talks of he might be released, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Dupree playing on the left and then Caleb playing centrally because anything can happen because of his height and only his height. And the other thing that everyone wants to talk about, number 7, is the fact that selfishness needs to end. I hope it ends because I cannot sit here after a game and say, oh no, why were they selfish? I do not want to say that. So please, if by any chance Ashley Dupree, Christian Saile, or whoever is going to be playing, if you watch this video, please don't be selfish. You are playing for the team, you are playing to reach the final and end the trophy drought. It's not about you, it's not about what you can do for the team and get the glory. Just give the ball to the person who's in a better position, and then the team will thank you. Everyone will celebrate your assist. So stop being selfish. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the game. And until next time, remember, equals al pelumo.